Hello everyone, this is my review of King's Beast Volume 2. There will be spoilers, so if you haven't read Volume 2 of King's Beast, please do not watch this. However, I'm not going to give any spoilers for any future volumes. So, let's start. Let's start with the front cover. It is a beautiful, beautiful front cover. Originally I preferred Volume 1 to Volume 2, but the more I'm looking at this, the more I think I prefer the softer purples and this slightly more orange colour here. But yeah, it's another beautiful volume cover. I loved the first few pages of this volume because Rangetsu doesn't immediately trust Prince Tenyo. He says that she's drawing lines and she's pushing people away, and her response was awesome. She says, what else is she supposed to believe when the world is so rotten? It's such a fantastic response and it's so emotional. It's so very easy for Tenyo to expect her loyalty and acceptance of his words, but realistically she has a lot of trauma in her past, and this is not that easy for her to trust a human, particularly one who has such a high station. Although, following that, I will say the chase scene was a little bit excessive. Perhaps Tenyo could have given Rangetsu a bit of space, but maybe it was just for the comedic effect in the following scenes to show just how crippled Tenyo was the next day. He could barely walk after that one run. It was so funny. At one point in this volume though, the way Prince Tenyo was speaking to Taihaku, I did wonder, if Tenyo keeps speaking to him in a slightly harsh way because of Rangetsu, if that may push Taihaku into disliking her even more, maybe even doing something horrible, say betray her. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be quite an interesting plotline in the future. An amusing triangle emerges in this volume where Tenyo doesn't know she's a girl, but he's nice to her, whereas Taihaku knows she's a girl but dislikes her. Although Taihaku does help her by trying to stop her from being pulled into the hot springs, which was very nice of him. Okay, his motivation is probably more linked to protecting Prince Tenyo and his reputation, because obviously it came out that his beast servant was a girl. That would not be good at all. But he was still helping her, so good for him. But speaking of beast servants, it's aggravated me so much reading that section about female beast servants and how dark times were brought about by the feminine wiles of Ajin because they were too strong for the men to resist, and that led to all female Ajin being banned from the palace. I mean, come on. Such a terrible history lesson, jeez. That bit did annoy me. But moving on to Ocean, we get to meet Ocean and Teiga. So Ocean is an interesting character, as is his beast servant Teiga. They're both so passive towards the plight of Ajin. They vaguely want to do something, but they make very little effort, and it is slightly infuriating, which is why I loved it when Rangetsu challenges them on it and calls Teiga useless. This was funny, but then we kind of get a bit backstory and we see that Teiga has had to fight against other Ajin and being used as cannon fodder to fight on behalf of humans who hate them. So constantly trying to help and be told no, I do understand that must be soul destroying. And I have to say that the mangaka covered all this beautifully in not very many pages at all. It was really, really well done. But ultimately, doing nothing is still doing nothing. And Rangetsu's fiery words really seem to ignite something in Ocean and Teiga, leading them to save the life of an innocent Ajin, which I just think is awesome, okay? Really, really cool. And I love at the end that Rangetsu makes friends with Ocean and Teiga and they hang out together. It's such a cute friendship. I am still loving the art and facial expressions of the characters. There have been some really beautiful scenes between Rangetsu and Prince Tenyo, especially the ones with the cherry blossoms in. I think the flashbacks of Rangetsu's life are truly effective in both their placement in the story and the emotional punch they give you. The mangaka weaves them into the storyline beautifully. She does a fantastic job. And overall, I'm very much enjoying this manga. Is it perfect? No, but it's only volume 2, and as the story moves along, I am hoping for more world building and political intrigue. However, as I come to the end of this video, it would be remiss of me not to cover the prediction I made in the manga review of The King's Beast Volume 1, when I guessed that Ocean here would be the one responsible for Songetsu's death. I was so horribly wrong. I think I should stop making predictions for a while. Terrible, terrible prediction. Although if he does end up being the killer, you heard it here first, okay? But yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that one, so no more predictions for me for a while. And on that note, thank you for watching this. Do let me know in the comments below what you thought of the second volume of The King's Beast. Did you like it? Did you think it was okay? Did you absolutely love it? And as always, do like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Okay, bye!